Hello everyone, very good morning and good evening. Parminder here. Welcome to SAP S4HANA session on MRP and MRP area. I'm not going to be speaker of today's session, guys. I am basically founder and the director of Sastra Geek Solutions. So we are committed to deliver quality of SAP training. So we are delivering SAP trainings into the vertical legs in production planning, simple logistics, finance, transport management, multiple areas we are planning, we are giving the trainings. Our today's session is specifically to have a knowledge sharing on MRP area. What are the changes in the MRP and MRP area in SAP S4HANA? Our speaker for today would be Mr. Pankaj. Mr. Pankaj is a solution architect and very experienced in delivering a contents and delivering a training, especially when it comes to the production planning. He has a multiple years of experience on this topic. And when we were searching that who can give the trainings on production planning and who can give the knowledge sharing session, we found Pankaj is the best guy. And he is associated with us for so many years, delivering so many corporate trainings and also the production planning trainings. So he would continue for our training for SAP production planning, basics and advanced S4HANA, which is starting from next week. And today would be a demo session where we will be covering a topic on MRP area and MRP related changes. So quickly switching over to Pankaj, who he will continue with the further of the session. Hey Pankaj, you can continue.
Thank you, Parminder. So this is our SAP S/4HANA production planning and manufacturing training, and I'll be the trainer for you for rest of the days. So I'll quickly introduce myself. Also, Parminder must have given some more details about myself. But before going ahead, we will go through some ground rules and introduction before starting our today's training. And these ground rules and introductions will be the same for our incoming sessions also. Okay, so I request you all to please keep yourself on mute if you are not talking, and you can unmute yourself once the session is open for question and answer. So after every 15 or 20 minutes, I used to open the session for the question and answer, and that time you can definitely ask your question if you have. So during topic explanation, if you are having any kind of question, you can definitely type it on our chat area, right? Also, we do have one WhatsApp number, yeah, that is mentioned over here. You can anytime, go send your queries to that WhatsApp number, and our support team will always there to help you out. Also, we have our email ID support@shastrageek.com, where you can also put your questions or queries what you have. And you must have gone through our site, that is www.shastrageek.com. That is where you will get all the information related to incoming new trainings as well as our current trainings. And most of the things that is explained and that's self-explanatory, you can anytime go to the site and you can check it. That's fine. So I'll quickly move to towards my profile. So I'm Pankaj. I'm certified SAP professional certified in production planning, and I'm having almost 16 years of experience, including 13 years in a SAP space, where I did around 5 end-to-end implementation project in SAP ECC, as well as I have done 2 end-to-end S4HANA implementation. Most of the guys in our session knows me very well, so they must know about my profile also. I have done couple of support project. It could be more than 10 support projects. Till date, I have done the support for different clients. I work for different uh, companies, that is consulting companies, as a SAP PP consultant, where I did that kind of implementations. So this is overall about my experience. And you can see that I am having aerospace industry implementation experience, automobile industry, food industry, and chemical industry as well. So this is overall about my experience. So I'm not going to talk more about myself. We will quickly move ahead towards our training agenda and all the things. So you guys must have the question like what kind of training is and how we are supposed to do is, who will be the trainer, what are the different topic that we are going to cover in this training. So These questions will get answered in maybe next 10 to 15 minutes. So be patient and let me explain all the things. Still, if you have any doubt or any questions, you can definitely come back to me when I'll open the session for question and answer. Okay. So this is all about the production planning training. So who can join this training? Who can join this journey? This is the first part that we will discuss. Okay. So if you want to start your career as a SAP PP consultant, I'm not talking about your current experience right now. I'm not going to discuss about your what you are doing right now. So basically, you want to start your career as a SAP PP consultant. So those guys can definitely come and join this session. But definitely, if it's a production planning, if you do have some kind of background of the production planning and all that things, then that will be much better. That is very good for you to understand and correlate the things what we are going to discuss in this training. So those who are already working as a production planner or shift engineer in any kind of industry, that also can join this training, and they can be a SAP PP consultant. Okay. Even if you don't know about SAP, you are very new and fresher about SAP. Okay. And you are just engineering passed out or fresh graduate, those people can also join this training, because in this training we are going to discuss at very detail and at very basics. Okay. So maybe what is SAP and what is ERP, from that we will start, and then we will move ahead with how SAP switch their gears from SAP basic SAP R2 to R3, then R3, and then now in SAP S/4HANA. So all the basic topics we are supposed to cover at initial level. So if you don't know about anything about SAP, then also you can join this training. So basically the fresh graduate or fresh graduate engineers who are having just recently completed their engineering in maybe mechanical or production facility, it's not about the any engineering branch. I'm talking about any engineering branch, but you want to explore, or you want to do your career as a SAP production planning consultant, definitely you can come and join this session. Also, the people who are already working on the SAP space, like a technical consultant, like ABAP, or any other functional consultant in sales and distribution, or any other consulting, these guys can also join this training. So that is open for all. And the people who are actually looking for the certification in our training, we are not only going to cover end-to-end topics, but also we are supposed to cover the basic things that are required to do your SAP PP certification. The required documents or required information we will provide you in this training, so that you can do your homework and you can go ahead with your certification. So this is what about who can join this SAP production planning training. Now, you guys must have gone through during your registration. You guys must have gone through our this page where you register yourself. Okay, your name, email ID, and these things. So here you must have gone some kind of information that we are supposed to cover in this training. So basically, our production planning training, we have divided into two parts. One is a basic course, and the second one is the advanced course. So we will discuss a little bit about what is basic and what is advanced. Okay. So basic course is nothing but where we will cover very basic topics about the SAP and SAP production planning, where you will be able to understand the things what exactly production planning is. And definitely on that training or on that kind of experience, you will be able to cover any support experience for support work for any kind of company. Okay. So this is the basic topics. I'll go into the detail what are the basic topics we are going to cover and what are the advanced, and why we have bifurcated this in advanced and basic, that we will discuss it. Okay. So I'm going to the basic curriculum first. This is the page where you can see this is the fee structure that we have given for the basic, only basic cover. Okay. And I quickly go to the course curriculum so that you will understand the things. um, so let's say this is the um, basic part. Okay. So if you go here, okay, you will come to know this is the SAP production planning and manufacturing basic course. Okay. So what I'll do quickly, I'll do one thing. Just give me a minute, guys. Yes. So here in this topic, as I said, we are not only going to cover the all end-to-end, SAP production planning process, but we will start with basic about the SAP and SAP, ERP, what SAP ERP is and what is SAP S/4HANA. Then we will, slowly we will go into more details about the SAP product journey, and the different kind of modules are there. These things we will cover in the SAP S/4HANA in this topic, and slowly we will move ahead to the SAP PP production planning process, end-to-end process flow. Okay, and in this training, what we will do, we will cover the basic user interfaces, what is GUI, what is Fury application, and what is NetWeaver business client. This is all about the basic SAP. Okay, once it's done, we will move ahead with the production planning related enterprise structure. We will go in more details about how to configure the company, how to configure the manufacturing plant, how to do the baseline configuration. And once we are done with this, then we will go ahead with the end-to-end production planning process, where we will look into all PP related master data, what is material master, what is bill of material, what is work center, what is routing, right? Once we are done, then slowly we will go ahead and look into the basic production planning related process, like how to do the demand management, what is the MRP, how system is generating the requirement, right? Based on that, how we are supposed to create the production order, production plan, how to do capacity planning. In this training, we are also going to cover the basic planning strategies. This is very important topic actually. Any PP consultant, we should know what are the different kind of planning strategies, what is make to stock, and what is make to order, what is the basic difference in that, right? And what are the different standard planning strategies SAP has provided us in the production planning. That part we will discuss. Also, in the basic, we are planning to cover the repetitive manufacturing scenario. So normally in any kind of industry, most of the industries are working on either discrete manufacturing or repetitive manufacturing. Other than that, there are different kind of planning procedures that we will discuss it later. But these are the two main things, that is discrete manufacturing and repetitive manufacturing. These two scenarios we are supposed to cover in the basic SAP production planning training, where we will go in more details how and in what kind of condition we need to configure the repetitive manufacturing scenario as a PP consultant when you are working, right? So you will be the point, or you will be the main person who are supposed to decide in which kind of planning methodology or which kind of scenario that has to be implemented based on the company business practices, right? So as a PP consultant, you should know what is the basic difference in repetitive manufacturing and discrete manufacturing. And that is why we are supposed to cover this both the scenarios in the this basic production planning session or basic production planning training. Also, we are going to cover the batch management and sales operation planning. These two topic in the basic. One is the Kanban and capacity planning. So basically, if you are looking into this basic production planning course curriculum, you will come to know we are supposed to cover basic PP, basic SAP S/4HANA and SAP ERP, right? Then production planning, project and methodologies. What are the different user interfaces? And then PP related stuffs like PP master data, PP enterprise structure, how to configure plant company code, then PP master data, then discrete manufacturing, repetitive manufacturing, sales operation planning, batch management, Kanban, and capacity planning. So this is all we are supposed to cover in the first session of our first part of our training. Okay, so we are planning to complete this basic PP training in first initial 1 month, and the rest of 1 month what we are planning, we are going ahead with the SAP S/4HANA production planning and manufacturing advanced course. Okay, so these are two different courses what we are collaborating here. So the people who are only interested to look into the basic PP functionality, they can join only this part of the training and they can go ahead. If you want to go and move ahead with the advanced planning advanced topics, then they can continue the same course. That maybe after once we will complete the basic part, we will start with this advance. In advance, what we are supposed to cover? In advance, we basically support to cover the SAP S4 HANA majorly. Okay, what is the SAP S4HANA data footprint reduction? What SAP has done basically at the changes at the database level. Okay, earlier we know that is SAP ECC or SAP R3 was there, and now everybody is talking about SAP S4HANA. There is something new methodology or new techniques coming in the planning and all the SAP, right? So what is that? What SAP has done in the database level, that we will discuss first. Then Fury is one of the hottest topic as of now, you must know, where SAP is transferred from GUI to SAP Fury applications. So we will discuss in detail about the user interface, Fury application activation, debugging, and how to design the Fury designer, how to activate the different kind of application, how to explore the applications, all these stuffs. Also, we will discuss Fury end-to-end life cycle management, like in any end-to-end project, how as a consultant, how we are supposed to identify the different Fury application, how to explore it, and how it has to be go and give the access to the user. So that's end-to-end cycle we will discuss, so that you will get very clear picture about what is there basically in SAP ECC or R3, and what is the difference in SAP S4 HANA. Once is done, this is again the basic topics of the advanced part, that is in S4 HANA. Then we will start with PP, production planning processes, where we will run end-to-end process flow with Fury applications. In our basic training, first part, we will run end-to-end process flow with GUI, that is standard SAP transactions. But here we will try to run each and every scenario with Fury application that are available. Also, we will discuss in more detail about what is SAP MRP, that is traditional MRP, and what is MRP Live, that is coming in the SAP S4 HANA. Why SAP came up from SAP MRP to MRP Live? What are the advantages to switch on to SAP MRP Live, that we will discuss in this session. Also, we will discuss about the MRP area, what are the different kind of MRP area, and what are the additional simplification SAP has done in the MRP area during planning. That part we will discuss it here. Also, we will discuss as a advanced topic for a product, byproduct and co-product, because this is one of the important topic that many PP consultant are actually not more aware about the difference between byproduct and co-product, how to map that kind of scenario, in what kind of circumstances, like in what kind of business scenarios you need to implement byproduct or co-product. Okay, that we will discuss in the advanced topics. Also, there are very fresh topics that SAP S4 HANA 1909 came up with, that is PMRP and DDMRP. Okay, PMRP is nothing but your predictive material requirement and planning. Okay, that is actually more advanced than the long-term planning. So here, this is the topic we will cover together, what is long-term planning and why SAP is recommending us now to go ahead with PMRP. Okay, that topic we will discuss in very detail, and we will try to run the end-to-end scenarios. I guess this related to PMRP, we must find some videos already available in our site. Okay, what is the PMRP and how it has to be configured. The same way we will discuss, this is one of the hot topic right now in SAP S4HANA 1909, that is DDMRP, demand driven material requirement planning. So this is very advanced planning technique, where SAP has worked with the demand driven institute. Okay, and they came up with this new technology recently in SAP S4HANA. So here we will discuss in very detail about basics of DDMRP, why DDMRP is required. Okay, what are the different prerequisites that you need to do in the system, and how to run and how to implement that DDMRP in any kind of business, that we will discuss. Okay, also there is one of the very important topic that many companies actually work, like any automobile or car manufacturing industries, they worked on variant configuration scenario. Okay, so this is different kind of planning technique, how and in what kind of situation we need to implement VC, and what are the different things that you need to do when you are implementing variant configuration in any company. That also we will discuss. Variant configuration with make to order, variant configuration with make to stock. We will see end-to-end scenario over there. Also, we do have HANA migration cockpit. Like in any implementation, when we are uploading the master data, okay, to the production system, how we are supposed to upload is because it's a bunch of master data, and it's not easy to do it manual, right? So for that, SAP has given HANA migration cockpit in SAP S4 HANA. Okay, that also we will discuss here in the advanced session, so that you will be whenever you are going to work on any end-to-end implementation, these topics or this kind of knowledge will help you out to do the implementation. And finally, last but not least, we will discuss in detail about PPDS, okay, production planning and detailed scheduling. Although this is not actually, coming up with any SAP S4 HANA package freely. This is an extra add-on package. For that, we need to have a separate license, okay. Even in the implementation also, any company, if you want to implement PPDS, they need to go ahead with some separate licensing cost for that. So here we are not supposed to run end-to-end cycle in PPDS, but we will cover some basic overview about PPDS. What is there in PPDS? If you want to learn in detail about PPDS, it will take again one, 40 to 40, 45 hours of training session to complete whole PPDS training. Okay, so this is the part what we will cover here in our advanced topic as a um, as a overview only. So as I said, our whole end-to-end training session we will try to cover in 2 months, or maybe it will take more than that, because as per my experience in last training, it took around 2.5 months. Okay, but here we will try to cover it in the 2 months. First month will be SAP basic, and second month will be SAP S4 HANA advanced topics. Now, guys, I'll stop here for a minute to know if you have any doubts on um, the topics that we are supposed to cover in the training session, or any other kind of questions if you do have. You can unmute yourself, guys, and you can ask your question, or you can put your question on in the chat window. Okay. I can see question from Anil. VC pricing is also covered. Okay, Anil, I got your question. So see, basically, VC pricing, if it's really required, because this is typically coming under SAP mm, sales module. But okay, that part I'll add, and I'll also cover this, because there are major three things that is in the VC. One is VC pricing. Second one is VC make to stock. Third one is VC make to order. And the last, and then the fourth one is variant configuration with configurable material. Okay. So although I have kept only two topics or two things over there, definitely we will cover VC costing and everything. Tahalka Sonalkar, he is asking about product costing. Yeah, definitely we will cover whole end-to-end product costing, because in our training session, in the basics only, when we are supposed to run our end-to-end cycle with production planning, we need to know how the standard cost, how the production order standard cost is coming up, how the standard cost calculation is coming up, what is the different, how production variance is coming up, how to do the settlement of the order, everything that is coming under the production planning. So definitely we will cover that one also. So Tejas is having a question. In VC, the consistent dependencies variant table and advanced. Yes. So Tejas, to answer your question, in VC, what we are supposed to cover, we are supposed to cover both the things. One is VC with your super bomb, and the second with object dependencies. Okay, so whenever you are exploding the bill of material, or whenever you are creating the production order, what we will do, we will create that kind of scenarios where we will cover both the topics. Okay, and we will try to cover object dependencies as well as your super bomb. So both things that will be covered in the variant configuration. Yeah, Sonalkar, product costing, then Tejas VC, and is there any? Gokul is having a question. In product costing, are you going to cover the product cost, including product cost planning, then product cost overheads, WIP calculation, and the variance management? Yeah, Gokul, definitely all topics will be there. Okay. Although we are supposed to, work with the standard cost configuration and everything, but in the product costing, we will cover all how to, do the overhead calculation, how to do the WIP calculation, and we will try to create some that kind of scenario where you will have extra variance on that specific order. Then we will try to settle that variance to the material or production order. Okay. Also, you do remember there is one topic that I have covered here as a uh, by product and co-product. Okay, here also we will try to run the scenario for a co-product where we will try to settle the variance with two different materials. So this is the basic difference in byproduct and co-product, right? That also we will discuss in very detail about the product costing and the order settlement. Is there any question, guys? Other module integration, Shrestha is asking. Yeah, at very high level, definitely we will cover other module integration, but we will be, looking in very deeply about the materials management, how after MRP system is creating purchase requisition, then purchase requisition to purchase order to good receipt. Okay, that thing we will definitely cover. Also, we will cover the in detail integration with sales module, right? Where we will try to punch the sales order in the system. That will come in your production planning. That part also we will cover. And the main important thing is that we will have a end-to-end integration with SAP FICO module. So majorly FICO, SD, these integration we will cover in very detail. Apart from that, from PP side, if you are expecting some warehouse management or that things, that definitely we are not going to cover. Okay, for that we need to do a bunch of configuration separately. Tejas is asking about repetitive manufacturing. Are you going to cover the planning table as well? Definitely, Tejas, we will going to cover planning table as well as we are going to cover standard production plan. Sorry, MD61 planning. Also, we will going to cover the capacity management. So there are one topic that is LTP and PMRP. Okay, where that topic that we are supposed to cover in the advanced topic, advanced session where we will discuss in very detail about how the planner will do the capacity planning in for future demands or that things. But in our basic session, we will cover the capacity planning and capacity leveling, end-to-end configuration. Sure. Uh, yeah, SOP will be covered, Amit. That is there already in the basic session. I have already given that things. Could you please share content file of the lecture? Yeah, Kel, we have you if you log into our shastrageek.com, you will get all the information related to this training, as well as you will get some additional videos also for you to get understand how we are going to cover the topic. Okay. And yeah, this is the sales operation and planning that I'm talking about. That part is already there. Okay, guys. So what I'll do to give you a more flavor how we are supposed to cover this training today, what I'll do, I'll pick up one of the topic. Okay, and I'll try to explain that topic so that you will get a flavor how we are supposed to go ahead with the whole end-to-end training and how we are supposed to do this training ahead. So we will go and we will discuss about material requirement planning, so that in our session, in our today's session, we do have many consultants who are very freshers and they will not directly correlate the things with whole PP production planning things, right? So I'll cover a very basic and important topic in our today's session, that is material requirement planning. Okay. Yeah, Tejas, you have a question. IBP. IBP is definitely not a part of our training. Yeah. For that, as I said, IBP or PPDS. Okay. For that, we need to have a separate 40 to 40, 50 hours of training. Okay. So job assistant, that is Rishabh, that you can discuss with our support team, okay? Because this job assistant and this thing, that only we will be helping you out how to prepare the resume, how to go ahead and crack the interview and that things. We are not having any as of now tie up with any kind of industry, but recently we got something that Parminder maybe will explain you for the job assistants, whether we do have any openings for the fresher SAP PP consultant. Okay. So that questions, if you have, you can definitely, WhatsApp to the WhatsApp number, and our support team will definitely help you out on that things. Okay.